Hey everyone, welcome to another scene in Darkness Over Dublin. This is going to be a scene for the Vampyrs Sabbat venue 2017. It's finally happening. Started in November, but we managed to get it in just in time. Today's scene is going to be taking place at a very specific nightclub, not Carpe Infernum for the Mage STs. Uh, this particular nightclub is going to be called. Fuck it. Pulse. And Gale is currently in Pulse, just kind of milling about, seeing if she can't find somebody that's half interesting that looks somewhat healthy to gain some nourishment from. She just happens to be there.
Michael is also there. He feels very awkward and out of place because he kind of is, but he's here. Knowing it's a club and there are probably a lot of people who have like contacts in to make their eyes different colored and prosthetics for their ears. He's not really wearing his glasses and hat to hide those features. And considering I'm assuming that the club is kind of darkly lit, his skin
Yeah.
color isn't gonna really freak many people out, considering it is like Snow White. Because I couldn't find a blue picture, otherwise he would have had blue skin. But that's neither here nor there. And it's like a
It looks blue shy.
bluish white something, yeah, something along those lines. Um, he was wearing casual clothes, but the dude is like over 7 foot tall, so they're hella long, and he is hella tall. He's just kind of like sitting in the back, probably playing on his phone.
And Maya is always on the prowl for food. A ravenous hunger that never seems to be sated. And she's got a jacket on, hiding most of the ritual markings on her arms and such, but there's still a few small ones on her face. But she's fairly young and somewhat attractive, all things considered. Her stark white hair looks slightly out of place for her age, but she's definitely um, seems to be looking at people less as people and more as which one of you looks the most delicious. Most definitely.
What is Maya deciding from between Michael and Gale?
No, just people.
Okay.
She's looking at the people, the humans.
Okay. I was gonna
She
say.
doesn't register them as people per se, unless she needs something other than food from them.
Okay. Gale seems to. You know what? Gale is gonna. Maya's gonna catch Gale's eye. She only saw Maya during the first Elysium. Um, Lola was the one that spoke to her, but the stark white hair was the thing that caught her. This thing that stuck out to her. It's the thing that allowed Gale to recognize her, even in the very darkly lit nightclub. if you want Maya to notice Gale strolling up to her, more power to you. I don't care. But Gale is making her way over to Maya.
Seeing your approach, she'll give you a small nod of acknowledgement.
She will stop when she gets to a respectable distance. She'll say this out. She'll say this to Maya, but she has to kind of shout because, well, it's a fucking nightclub. She'll just say, "Hey, what you up
And
to?"
her head jerks, kind of almost like a twitch. When she responds, "Hello, dinner out."
I feel you. I like takeout too.
It's easier that way.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair.
Can't drain the coffers dry every night.
Well, luck, you should be bringing more home. Name's Gale, by the way.
Maya,
Nice. I
you're
think
with the Lola girl.
Gale smiles. Yeah. I did notice she chatted you up.
Yes, thought I was interesting.
Should be flattered.
And she looks like she's contemplating something when you say that.
Okay.
She doesn't say anything, but there's a clear look of contemplation on her face.
If she wants to read more into what Gale said, like Peony is definitely something she can do.
No, she's contemplating the word and the meaning and implications of such things.
Okay.
She's not contemplating you for what you said, she's contemplating what was said. Very good wine that night, though. Very good.
Definitely.
Make friends with him. Perhaps I can use it. A little more wine, a little less red. Garner positions of influence. Useful. Yes,
Can't argue with
flattery.
that.
Flattery. My apologies. Brain wandered. Sorry.
It's fine.
Maya LeBeau, daughter of Malkav.
Well, that
Yes.
makes a shit ton of sense. Alrighty. Well, and what Gail's gonna do, um, she's gonna kind of shift positions. She's gonna get next to Maya, and she's going to hold out her phone, almost like she's about to take a selfie of them. But she doesn't actually turn her phone on, so all you can see is your reflection. And all Maya can see is her reflection.
Hmm. Good to have friends in the shadows.
Always.
The shadows are everywhere. Brighter the light, the stronger the shadow.
Speaking of darkness and dark things, hey Michael,
Yes?
probably one of the hottest chicks up in the club right now is currently looking in his direction.
That would be nice if he actually, like, cared about that sort of stuff. But he will just kind of look over and blink.
Now, as Michael looks into this lady's eyes, now Michael's eyes are black, like 100% black. So that's a thing. But Gail's are almost that too.
Yep, and he'll just kind of look over because he's just kind of like, I don't know if I should like turn away because this person's just like looking at me.
Would Michael not be interested in someone that has almost black eyes like him? That's a thing.
He's just kind of taking it as, oh, well, they could just be doing like some of the other people and wearing like contacts. Because I'm assuming it's might be happening at this club. But he'll shove his phone in his pocket and get up and head over there. It's very clear. He doesn't get lost in the crowd of people considering he towers like a foot over the other people. And he'll just kind of walk over and say, "Is there something you needed?"
Yes. And I just got it. Thank you.
He arches an eyebrow.
Family?
I don't know yet.
Hmm.
Okay, as Michael is up close, yeah, no, these aren't contacts.
Or
It's
really, 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 really good ones.
Yeah, OOC. Can you tell me how the fuck you can notice when people have contacts? Because I sure as hell can't, OOC.
I
Not
mean,
bad, though.
I feel like Eyes of Shadow is a very specific effect.
I do not know what that is. I don't
Oh,
fuck with La Sombra.
fam.
I don't fuck with La
Yeah, I'm
Sombra. I
sorry.
don't
That's
really
what I was
like
trying to
La
narrate. Yeah. Um, basically, her eyes are like what it's narrated to be in the game. Her eyes are like almost gates to the abyss, and mechanically, she has a -3 diff to all intimidation rolls. But I'm not using that for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like she's not actively trying to intimidate him. She's just looking at him.
And he's just kind of looking back, like, he has charisma 3, but it's definitely not in dealing with people. Also,
What
Kim
is
is
this
kind
definitely
of...
just three?
Huh?
I said, but he is though, because he has charisma 3.
Look. It's also 2:30, and Kim's brain is not making the proper connections that it should. Are we close to the bar? Like, I'm assuming this talk is happening kind of close to the bar.
Fuck it, sure.
He's gonna go. And he's gonna order a drink real fast. Probably. I don't even know. What would be a good drink?
Death on the Vine.
That's because you just like Death on the Vine, Tim.
I've actually never had it. I entirely get it to commemorate a friend.
I can. I get. Well, I can tell because like every time it's like a drink, it's always Death on the Vine. Pretty interesting. But sure, he'll get. I don't even know what that is, but he'll get it.
It's white wine mixed with vodka. Have fun.
I don't really drink alcohol, so I don't understand, to be honest.
You'll be alright then.
Okay. He'll just kind of walk back over to you guys and take a sip.
Watching very closely, is he actually drinking this?
Yes.
Wait, does he have eat food?
Yes.
Okay, I was making sure.
No, I'm not about to just vomit all on you guys. I know he has that merit. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I just didn't see it up there. That's why I was confused.
I have like 6 or 7 merits. They weren't all gonna fit, unfortunately.
That's fair.
I mean, if you want to know them all, I can tell you, but...
I mean, yeah.
I don't know. Some of them are kind of boring.
Curious.
Like having a French accent.
I mean, he's a Frenchman. You Frenchy.
I'll believe it.
Huh?
I'll believe it when I see it.
He is the Frenchiest fry.
Okay, I feel like that's something you shouldn't say again.
Okay. I don't know. So he'll just kind of... You know what?
He's a curious one.
He'll look at Maya and then look back over to Gale and just kind of say, seriously though, is there something you needed me for?
Me, not really, no. Want? Well, just wanted you here because I was curious.
Curious about what exactly?
You're a 7-foot tall blue man with black eyes. It's a damn good cosplay.
Giantism and contacts have their perks.
You want to roll that nips up?
Yeah. Oh fuck, I thought I took more. Subterfuge. Oh no.
How much you got? Is it 1 dot?
No, it's 2 dots, thank you very much.
Okay, so you ain't fucked.
This is... I don't have any merits. Well, I don't have any social merits that work with anything other than mages, but... Oh well.
I only have 2 successes. On my wait, did I roll the right one? I may not have rolled the right one. Yeah, I didn't roll the right one. Frickin' frack.
Damn, that's 3 successes.
That moment where you might have. Yeah, I think you got Gale because she's yeah. Even if she gets all three successes because she's only rolling three dice, you win. Wait, hold on. No, wait. She's the defender. She's the defender, so she actually might. Let's see.
I have 3 successes when I roll my proper dice pool.
Does the number beside your name just steadily get higher? Because it used to be Tim4.
What that is how many times Samira has cried insane.
Beautiful.
By the way, I only got 2. You're good.
I got 3.
Yeah, you can tell he's bullshitting, but Gale can't.
You just hear a
We hear a what? Okay. Gale looks back over to Maya.
he lies well, but not perfectly.
Just kind of
If he was
arches
lying-
an eyebrow.
If he lied to one, it might be simpler. He gets too distracted between multiple individuals.
I assure you,
He's
you
focused
two are
on
not
something.
distracting.
Do you see him here then? I figured he was just off groping people. And she kind of looks around for a moment.
I
Like
think
she's
that might be
looking for
just one of the
something.
nicest things anyone's ever said to me. I am Gale. She extends her hand.
Michael. And he'll shake her hand.
Cool. Michael's gonna notice that Gale's finger goes on a strange place on his wrist. He doesn't have a pulse, does he?
No?
Cool.
I wasn't gonna take blush of health. This is a 7-foot tall blue bitch. The fuck?
That's cool. Gale also doesn't have a pulse, but he may not be looking.
He, honestly, he's just kind of like, look, my corner. I'm missing.
Wait, what does he do?
Oh, see, that was just me conveying that he doesn't, he's not gonna check. He doesn't really,
Okay.
he's just kind of like, okay, people looking at me. But yeah, no pulse.
Okay. And Gale will smile and say, "Thought so."
I'll arch an eyebrow.
It's strange to see people still breathe, almost involuntarily.
Breathing is usually involuntary. Your brain does it until such time as you begin thinking about it and take over that automatic control.
I feel like you've been thinking about it for at least a little bit, haven't you?
There's no need to breathe if I do not have to. Why would I think about such a thing?
Fair enough.
I believe it's part of the human condition.
Such a lovely, interesting condition, is it not?
If you enjoy studying your meals, I know there's many people who go about researching cows and pigs and chickens and how they're slaughtered and cared for. was never one of those people.
And then when you think of them only as meals, you are incapable of seeing the plethora of possibilities they can be used for.
Ah, but see, there's where you're wrong. For your cattle can be both food, milk, and a tool for farming other products. You can use them to pull sleighs and tractors and things. It's just about learning which is the proper animal for the proper service.
I do not know on which farm that you have ever gone on to and where cows pull tractors and sleds instead of horses.
Ah, see? Cows, horses. They're all just the same thing.
But one is found more commonly to be eaten.
Generally only in Europe and the Americas. Elsewhere, horses are just as likely to be eaten as the other animals, and the cows are actually in some places revered. Peculiar. To hold thine food as sacred. It's an interesting thought. And she just kind of sits there, and you can tell that her mind's wandering off.
One thing I don't like playing as a Kia seat is I can't roll my fucking eyes because you can't tell.
Sounds like a lot of your problem.
Tim, look,
Sounds like a lot of should have played a Lasombra.
why
Whatever.
the fuck would I play? I don't fuck with the Sombra. Like, they cool and all, but I don't know. Personally, I find them to be slightly overrated, but that's just me. I'm weird, so. But
To be
he'd
fair-
roll his eyes if he. Oh, my bad.
I was just gonna say, to be fair, I feel the same way about Puka.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel you on that one. But if, he could roll his eyes, he would. And he can. It's just not noticeable. And then he'll just kind of look back over to Gale. So, I believe more in-depth introductions are required. No?
I agree with that. Should we find someplace more private?
Seems like that would be the best bet.
Gale kind of tilts to the side past Michael and looks over to his hidey hole.
It's a pretty little hidey hole. Not really. There's like there's like 3 others of its kind, and they're probably all occupied with teenagers.
And that are over 18.
Like, as someone over the age of 18, I still refer to myself as a teenager. Thank you very much.
Still, though, you gotta make that distinction fucking clear.
Okay, look. There is still a teen and 19 and 18.
Right. But they are still over. They're still
Yes.
18 over.
Of
And that's what.
Okay, so there are adults in these quarters. Actually, I don't know. I thought, like, the age of since 16. Anyway, yes, everyone is above the age of consent and adult stuff. Yeah. I don't know. It's 2:40 in the morning. I'm sorry. Michael's just gonna walk over to his little spot. I'm just gonna. Oh shit, my mic is active. Okay, Michael's just gonna walk over to his little spot where Gail was looking earlier.
Yep. So if Michael's heading over there, Gail's heading over there, and if Gail's heading over there, she will at least invite Maya to come along with.
Oh, huh? Oh, yes. Of course. Of course. Yeah. Yeah. Be right there. And should get up and follow. She's scanning the crowd like she's looking for somebody, though, as she's walking over there.
You know what? Fuck it. Gail will call that shit out directly. Say, looking for someone or something.
Someone.
Ooh.
She doesn't look happy about looking right now.
Care to share?
My father.
To your daddy's in the nightclub or what?
Oh, my father's long dead. But he still
Wow.
likes to come around and touch.
And touch.
Mm-hmm. He's hiding right now. Not sure where. He's never far away.
Well, I wish you luck with that, I guess.
One day I will steal the secrets of dealing with the dead. And I will be rid of him.
At this point, I'm assuming that the group is getting down to the booth. And Gail looks to Michael again and says, "And you? You certainly don't look like you want to be here at all."
Is she talking to Michael? Sorry.
Yes.
He'll kind of smile and say, there are other places I would rather be, but I understand the need to come out to such establishments such as this.
Okay, so you got hungry.
I'll kind of lift up a hand and do that so-so kind of hand movement. Either way, as was our reason for coming over here. Further introductions, correct?
Yes.
Well, ladies first.
I am Gail Brennan of Clan La Sombra. And you?
Michael Valorn, member of the Kiaseed bloodline.
Maya turns her head back towards you guys when she hears that. Is it true that you taste different?
During my time as a Kiaseed, I have experienced and tasted the vitae of several different clans. Everyone has a unique taste.
Hmm.
Because you know I sure as hell took Kiaseed alchemy on this bitch. Get it.
Scrub.
What?
I
Excuse
mean,
me?
well-made character.
A what character?
It's a well-made character. It's a well-made character. I don't know what you're mad about.
Mm-mm. Okay, Tim. Didn't expect all this shade thrown tonight. I got you. Fuck. Could have been working on. Okay, damn.
Each one has a unique taste. Hmm. Perhaps that's how some of their things work then. Good to know. I wonder then. Could you then taste a panda and know where they came from?
His nose wrinkles as he says, I would not dare to drink from something such as a pander.
Yes, but we could finally put to rest the question on whether they're truly clanless mongrels or if they've actually just been lost to their true family. At which point they could then become one with their family and no longer be a pander. Would such
I'll
things
leave
work?
you. I'll leave you to that experiment.
An experiment. Do we know any panders? Ooh, there is a pander. Oh. It will require some effort and thinking and planning.
You can go ahead and do that. Now, Michael, I have to ask. Just so that way I know. So that there's no faux pas later. Are you a part of the sword or no?
I am an independent.
Alright. Still better than being in the ivory tower.
Yeah. He just kind of smiles at that.
And Maya makes the motion and sound of spitting, though she doesn't actually spit anything at the mention of the ivory tower.
He just takes another sip of his drink.
What Gail's going to say is she's going to say, I don't know if the Kia seed have been getting the lowdown yet, but from what I understand at least, there's been an agreement between those and the sword and those that aren't. Simply, I don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me. That's verbatim, by the way. Not me saying that.
I can concur. Such words were said quite definitively.
You can kind of see him, because it seems like he had a retort that he was going to say, and then he just kind of bites it back. Because he realizes you don't need to start throwing shade. And he'll just kind of nod his head and say, "That's agreeable, and something I prefer entirely." And no, from what I expect to be the case, I am the only Kia seed around here. We tend to not like encroaching upon one another's territories without an invitation. It is a rare thing to see two Kia seed in one town for longer than a period of perhaps a weekend, if they are not sire and child, of course.
Where do you claim your territory?
He'll kind of lift his hand and do it, like, you can probably guess he speaks with his hands occasionally. And he'll just say, when I say territory, I mean a general city, whether or not the Kia seed actually rules over it. Two Kia seed living in the same city tend to cause disagreements between the two until one is left, to put it simply.
Simply put and fairly stated.
He nods.
Well, that is good to know then. Just wanted to pass that info along at the very least, so that way you aren't worrying about whatever it is you think we do. She smiles.
I'm not entirely certain if you have agreements with yourself and those of the snake or those of the family. They tend to kind of do their own things, but I don't know how you fall in between them. Perhaps a lone island, perhaps contested territories.
I usually don't fall anywhere between them because I don't deal with them.
Hmm.
I have this way of believing that you can only experience true immortality, in which we all supposedly have, if you don't do stupid stuff that leads to the possibility of getting yourself killed. Dealing with others leads to the possibility of conflict, of fighting, and this is not to say that I have anything against that. It just becomes harder to experience this immortality in which we are all gifted. At least that is my way of thinking about it.
Hmm. Avoiding conflict is all well and good. Conflict will find you one day, though, and so you should be prepared. Always. They're not gone. They're just in hiding. Like rats. You know, absent in the sewers. To go. Investigate. Look. Speak. See what the rats know. Have you seen any rats?
No, I have not. Michael kind of looks over to Gale and gives her this kind of exasperated look. It's low key, but it's still there.
Oh, what was that in reference to?
Just pretty much Maya in general. Or at least what she just said about all the rats and stuff.
I didn't catch all that. My bad.
Maya was talking about going into the sewers and speaking with the rats to see if they've seen anybody in hiding.
Oh, okay.
To start ferreting them out.
Gail will say. That's up to. I suppose that'll be up to you for right now. I know I can't. I can't fuck with rats like that. She'll kind of look to Michael and smile to him. This is not threatening. The smile is not threatening. It's kind of almost kind of it's meant to be a little comforting, as comforting as can be from La Sombra with Eyes of Shadow.
Who's off the path of humanity.
Okay, yeah.
He just returns the smile.
If you choose to join the sword, I'm certain you'd be welcome. If you can prove yourself. It's safer than being independent.
I would still prefer to be an independent.
Such is your wish. So be it. No. You'll change your mind one day. And that's okay. You'll learn. They'll learn eventually.
Simply because you believe your way is the right way does not mean it is actually the right way.
But I've seen the end. I know how this ends. And independence won't save you.
Your kind always says that they see the end. And yet, here we still stand.
Just because I've seen the end doesn't mean it's arrived yet. You have time to fix things, make things right. Stop them.
He just stands up and brushes the front of his shirt down. And says, I did not come here to be told that I should join your group or anything of the sort, or that being an independent will not save me. I understand exactly the situation I am in. But I believe this is enough interaction with you for this evening. He'll look over to Gale and kind of incline his head slightly and say, it was a pleasure getting to meet you, Miss Gale.
You too, Michael. Just in case something comes up you may be interested in, can I catch your number or not?
Of course. He'll give you his number, and then he'll say, if you cannot reach me that way, I own a library. And he'll then give the address to the library as well. Just do try to call ahead. Unexpected guests perturb me.
Will do.
Thank you, and once again, have a pleasant evening.
You too.
And then Michael's gonna walk out.
Gail's gonna look to Maya. I think you may have unnerved him a bit.
The truth tends to do that.
You're right.
They will all see their errors, the error of their ways, and they will be punished for it when the time is right.
But the way I see it, if they find a good fight, they'll end up here eventually.
Yes. A good very right. Them. I'm gonna go eat them. And she's gonna get up and wander off towards one very particular person that she seems to have randomly picked out.
Alrighty. Gail will kind of chill there for a little bit, and eventually she'll head on out too. And I think we can go ahead and get in the scene there, Kim.
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another Scene in Darkness in Dublin.